OSHA can use the General Duty Clause to cite employers for recognized hazards. In fact, OSHA has used the General Duty Clause to cite for things like ergonomics, heat stress, and workplace violence. Justifying a citation, however, is not easy. So just how does OSHA prove a General Duty Clause citation? OSHA must show that a recognized hazard exists. This may seem obvious if an employee was hospitalized for something like heat stress. However, if a dozen employees worked under the same conditions and only one suffered from heat stress, the hazard might not be obvious. How is this different from citing a regulation? When OSHA creates a regulation, they document that a hazard is known to exist and they establish the employer's obligations and expectations. OSHA doesn't have to prove that the employer knew or should have known about the hazard. Also, under the General Duty Clause, OSHA must prove that conditions are hazardous before they require the employer to correct the issue. Creating a regulation allows OSHA to require compliance with established requirements. How does OSHA prove a hazard under the General Duty Clause? Typically, OSHA will call on expert witnesses to testify that the employer should have recognized the hazard and should have taken additional steps to protect employees. In addition, OSHA has to show that the employer had a feasible means to reduce or eliminate the hazard. Although OSHA can use the General Duty Clause even when there's no regulation, the agency does have to jump through a number of hoops. One challenge is that several employees may be exposed to the hazard, but only one employee suffered any consequences. In fact, OSHA has failed to uphold the General Duty Clause citations, even in cases where an employee died.